Hi, welcome to LearnLogicPro.com. Today we're going to look at markers and how you can put markers into your timeline, both key commands and with the mouse button. So first and foremost, we're going to looking at the Arrange window in Logic Pro 8. At the top, you're going to have this global tracks, okay? And you can show and hide the global tracks by hitting the small triangle. So we're going to do so. And when that triangle hit comes up, you have marker, signature, and tempo. Out of these global tracks, we're just interested in marker. So I'm going to hit the triangle here and open up the marker view. Now, a couple different ways to do markers. There's a create button right here. You can do it from regions, which we'll discuss, and you can alternate as well with possible 1 through 9 alternations. So that basically meaning you can have different markers. You can alternate between different marker layers if you have different markers for different purposes, and we'll talk about that as well. Over on the right hand side you have the list view. I'm going to click on the list view, and I've already clicked on the tab for marker. Yours may default to event, but go ahead and click on marker. Here you have the create button to create a marker, as well as here. It is the same button, just to let you know. Here you do have some edit button options. You have edit, cut, copy, and paste markers, delete them, selecting all, select all following. You've got your options to create without rounding, which I'll show as well. And you have different options to view. So I'm going to go ahead and put a marker on the timeline. So I'm going to place the timeline right here. I'm going to press create. Now, it created the marker exactly where I wanted it to, which was great, wherever the playhead was. If you're in between these 2 points, let's zoom up a little so you can see. So, if you're in between 2 points and you say create again, you notice that it snaps to the nearest bar, okay? And that's the big difference between creating a marker and creating a marker without rounding. Okay, so if we create a marker here without rounding, you notice that it actually will put a marker right here without snapping it to a grid. So know that the difference between creating a marker and creating one without rounding means that you can place the playhead in between the ticks and create a marker that way. There. Where creating a marker, just a blatant marker in between 2 points, will snap it to the nearest bar. Okay. You can move markers around in this area. You can just move them around just like if they were regions. Okay. You can double click them and change them. Say we call this door opens. Say if we're doing a movie or something. Create from regions. So I'm going to put a couple of regions in the timeline. I'm just going to paste a few regions. Not a big deal. Okay. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to click on this region here, make it a little smaller, and I'm going to create from region. You know, so put a marker exactly where that region is. I'm going to move this region over. I'm going to do the same thing here. Select this from region, and it puts a region. Now it's great because it puts a region exactly the length of the region as well, reflects, which is great. Okay. It does not move, however, when you move the region. So make sure you make your markers on regions you want to keep fixed there. All right. So if you go to alternate, you notice there's no markers there. So you have a whole possible listing of markers, and you have 9 possible layers, if you will, of markers available to you. On the right hand side, this gives you a much deeper view of what the marker, where it is, what's its name, where it is, how long it is, where it is on the bar position. Essentially here you get all your view is much deeper, much deeper. Okay. You've got tools as well specific for just the marker area, for moving markers, penciling them in, changing, erasing markers. All of these are specific to just the marker. Okay. Here are different ways to view the markers. Absolute, or bars length if you're doing movies. Okay. Options, you can lock the SMPTE positions, convert any seams to markers. Now, this is if you have a video clip, you can convert scenes in the video clip right to markers, which will show in opening a movie that's available also on LearnLogicPro.com. Here, these options are just, again, just to reiterate, just to cut, copy, paste, move these things around. This is specifically talking about the editing of this window here. Okay. This is walking the timeline. If you're walking here, this little man will walk the timeline as well. And this edits any markers that you need to edit. You just press this button here to edit the marker. Okay, and brings up the floating window. You can also put notes in the markers, which is really very good. Change the font of the markers, type in different things. I mean, as far as you're concerned, this can be as long as you want. You could have an entire notes for somebody else. So if somebody else is going to mix this song, you can make specific notes along the timeline for them. You could use this for movie purposes if you want to make notes about different changes in the audio. Very, very easy to make notes here in this area for each marker. And that's markers in Logic Pro 8. LearnLogicPro.com.